everyone. Welcome to MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. I'm MaryAnne. Thank you so much for being here today. I deeply appreciate you coming, and I really want to put out a special thank you to the new subscribers and the new, I don't know, just the returning clients as well. I say clients, I always do. Subscribers, people that are supporting my channel. It feels beautiful. It's just, it's a process, you know, and it's growing, and it just like-minded people being able to share whatever information I can as a spiritual seeker my entire life that maybe just resonates and makes you feel more inspired. It would make me so happy to know that that was happening in some way, because that's what I do it for. Spirit's always been there for me, and I definitely want to pay it forward, as they say. So welcome to your Sun Sign Love Connection reading for today. And today we're on the featured sign of Leo. Woo! Fiery, passionate, bold, courageous, prideful. Yeah, just fiery, 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 fiery. If you've ever known a Leo, there's a real glow. I would say glow. You know, they're the king of the forest, right? Doesn't matter what gender. And they have real drive, real motivation. And what's interesting and wonderful is that, you know, with this time being in the Aries season through the 19th, we still have a decent amount of time. Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, fellow fire sign. Just even more ambition, even more motivation, more initiations of things, beginnings, new beginnings. That's really kind of where I'm leading with all this. This is the potent time for everybody to get up and dust themselves off and make things happen. And you've got all the beautiful divine energy guiding you in that direction. And I will mention that, you know, the new moon is on this coming Sunday, the 11th. Now that is absolutely for every single one of us, and especially you, Leo, because this is your day and you're the featured sign. Make every effort to write down and to fully immerse yourself in whatever spirited initiative, idea, creative endeavor, because you're very, very creative as well. Just fully believe in it, okay? Because that's when things really do happen. And I do want to also say today we have the moon in Aquarius. So that's your polar opposite, Leo. And it's a beautiful, beautiful energy. It's a magnetizing energy. You have this pull to each other, even though you have opposites and polarities about each other. It's exactly why it works. And it's going to be like that the whole year. The moon is in Aquarius today, but the predominance with Jupiter, the benevolent, expanding opportunity planet that just wants to bring good things in and to recognize that luck is available, synchronicities are available, you know, ideas and inspiration and miracles are absolutely happening every moment of every day in some capacity, and it's there for the taking. And then you have Aquarius with Saturn. Saturn is in Aquarius the whole year, and then some through 2023. The structure needed to provide the fullest, beautiful, long-lasting outcome from whatever it is we're talking about here. And when I say talking, that's a great segue. Thank you, Spirit. Because with Aquarius energy, it's the mind, it's thoughts, it's expression, it's information. You know, I always use the analogy that energies and elements of air and fire are phenomenal, because you get that bellows. Remember the good old bellows? We had one growing up. You stoke that fire. We had a fireplace. Poof! Ideas, inspiration, you know, passion, fire, fireworks, all coming together. You know, they work so well together. And that's with you this whole year. So if you're not already in a relationship of that sort with another air sign, which I wouldn't be at all surprised about, Leo, let's find out what your highlighted connection is for today. Highlighted connection gets a 3-category message specialty, and then I go on to add a rune these days, which I love. It kind of seals the storyline, or, you know, confirms what's been said. And then I go on to the oracles, which is for every single Leo and every one of your many relationships and connections, and romantic or otherwise. They're all valid in these readings, okay? Love is in many forms. You are a very passionate lover. You take your love seriously. And you're a generous, caring, loving, kind-hearted, and yeah, you have a temper. That's the biggest thing I want to say before I say anything else and I do any readings for you. Be aware of how your approach, okay, how you're presenting or how you are speaking right now in particular, because it's so fiery, you know, and you know how it can be if you send something or you say something in the moment, which is very common for fire signs. They're very kind of spontaneous in the moment kind of thing. You may get over it quickly, which you're known to do, even though you are a fixed sign, Leo. So you are set in your opinions a lot of times. It's kind of hard to change your mind about certain things, but you do through time, and you're willing to compromise. That full moon in Libra on the 28th, still affecting all of us. Absolutely about relationships, all forms of relationship. How are you approaching it? What is your delivery? You know, this is what keeps coming through with this Aquarius energy of communication, conversation, ideas, intellect, you know, expansion with Jupiter. And focusing very, very diligently and very, very matter-of-factly with the Saturn tax master kind of energy too. All for our benefit. Every single second and part of it is all about the best outcome. That is what is being presented to us. How we choose to utilize that is, of course, always up to us. So your specific highlighted connection, though, like I said, will be for this 3 major categories. And I'm going to read to you, or we'll do this right in front of you. I always do this highlighted connection spontaneously. It's through spirit completely. And I'm just the messenger. So you have Scorpio. Okay. Interesting because, first of all, it's a water sign. Water and fire have a lot of tension at times. Tension is good. Tension is good in the right amounts, right? There's the temperance that's needed and the balance. That is also part of the full moon. Balancing out everything from your health to your wealth to your, you know, your relationships, how you present yourself, right? Always something to work on, always something that Libra is, which is what the full moon was, is considering as well. Libra being a fellow air sign as well. Mind, consideration, compromise, fairness, justness, you know, diplomatic ways of going about things. You know, you can learn a thing. We all can learn something from that. But just, you know, using your heart, which you do for most things anyway, Leo, and sitting for a moment before you decide to say something, like I said, or just that you won't end up feeling badly about, which you would get over, but maybe the other person wouldn't. That's what's coming through. That's what I'm trying to convey. But Scorpio is deep and intense. Scorpio is all about love. They are ruled by Pluto, the more transformational planet that we have that affects every one of us. Knowing the cycles and the changes and the importance of really digging deep and being as honest as possible, which is kind of hurtful and painful sometimes. You know, and looking at the parts of ourselves we're not exactly happy about. Why are we not more successful? What can we do to make that happen? We're in charge. Yeah, we have outer influences we do not have control over. That was very evident and has been my whole life, but especially last year. Working through that now too. Finding out the truth. Sorting out what's real and what isn't for you. Scorpio's possessive too. They're fixed as well. They like to get their hands in their clamps. So, you know, I mean, there can be this communication and necessary love language that has to be continually or just beginning to be discussed and worked on for that balance, because there is love, but it's just working on how to create it so that it feels right for both parties, right? That's the main thing. Communication is key. Once again, the huge dominance of information and communication and expression in the air element eras that we're in is really, really big. You're ruled by the sun, Leo. You have all the energy you could possibly need, the incredible magic, the vitality, the ego. You know, all sun signs are represented with our ego. It's like the mind, it's the head, it's a me kind of thing. And what do I want? How do I want to be perceived? Where do I want to go in life? That's the first house. That's us. And how we, how we accept or how we, perceive all of those things. That's the sun. And you have the sun as your ruling planet, the brightest star. You could be just so illuminating and so bright and so incredibly helpful, and you can teach people, and you can lead, and you can show that confidence, which is so important. And I know most Leos are literally and just completely born with confidence, but a lot of Leos don't have it. They just fake it, and they make it because they just want it and believe it so much. And that's a beautiful thing. I think you really help people when you assert yourself in that manner. And I mean, there's nothing stopping Scorpios either. Let me tell you, they're water, they're perceptive, they're very keen on the human psyche. They understand, the word, the way people choose to express themselves. And a lot of times they understand people more than the person that they're in contact with do. They have an underlying, just beautiful ability to receive and to feel other people, to their soul, their energies, the real deal, the depth. They can spot phony a mile away. The thing I do love about fire signs is they can be so childlike in behavior because they're just so real. It's so raw. Well, I want this, and like, okay, but just simmer down. It's all good. Well, that's what the Scorpio do. Kind of put a little water on that fire for you. Even it out a little bit. And at the same time, you can boil that water and kind of make it real sexy and intimate and passionate. Not a little, a lot. This is a very, very passionate combination. I'm not going to lie. I don't need to tell you. You probably are very clearly aware of this. For those of you that are like, yep, that's my special person. That's my favorite relative. That's my best business partner. You guys are in it to win it. You are not fooling around. Transformation is the key thing. Self-motivation, what am I trying to say? When you reinvent yourself, all about the Scorpio. 8th house, other people, relationship, inheritance, sharing other people, other people's money, working together, building. So many different beautiful ways that the two of you can definitely connect. Just being aware of how each other's love language is, opening up to each other. This is the time. This is what's being brought to all of us. And in positive ways. I don't want to put any slant of anything else but that. But it takes time. You work through these things. When you have enough love, anything can work. Anything can be healed. So, yeah. And so other than that, both fixed, Pluto, Sun, gorgeous things can happen. I mean, the world is your oyster, and that's really what spring and the beginning of the new year, basically in astrology, when we start in March, it's the new year. So whatever you may have had going on or wasn't going on, that's done. It's over. Let's start anew. Let's put out every single possible dream and intention we can, with the understanding that it will take place in exactly the time that it needs to. And you're going to keep that energy going in that direction, because that's really going to make it very, very, very possible. Let me read to you your messages. I brought back from yesterday the beautiful, bold Queen's Tarot deck. Because the Queens in the Tarot are all of us. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. It's the intuitive aspect of us. It's the part of us that does nurture, just a tendency to nurture more. Brilliantly, bold in all different aspects. And the Queen, the maturity is there. Absolute love in all things, and determination to help others in the process, which is huge as well with the Aquarian energy. And, working in a global sense is huge as well. So a lot of the new things that are coming through because of this Uranian energy, which is what Aquarius is ruled by, in the new and the science ways of doing things, medicine, that helps all of us. It's a beautiful, beautiful energy for working together and finding more peace, justice, and fairness, for gosh sakes, for lack of a better word. So that's a huge, huge part of it. And it's really going to be very, very, things just become more clear and clearer as the year goes on. And we're still tying up loose ends, as you know, and we're still putting out the intentions that are essential, because as you go along, everything you think, any thought that is creating your future, right? So for the beautiful Leo and Scorpio love connection, your first card is always the overall energy. Oh, absolutely perfect. That brought you to this reading, okay? This is the first half of April, then I come back and I do the second half from Aries to Pisces, okay? And then the highlights, I never know, they just come up. They may come up more than once. Ace of Swords. Everything I was saying, boy. The predominance of the mind, of our communications, our conversations, our interest in invoking new information. You know what else really comes strongly right now? It could be very much a good percentage of you. It's teaching in some capacity, some way. If you're not being taught, you are the teacher, you're the mentor, and it makes perfect sense. Certainly Leo. I know a lot of Scorpios that are amazing and very interested in higher learning, and when they pursue something or some education, they go to the top, okay? They go to the highest degree, and they don't stop until they get there. They're very, very passionate as well in their own right, and intense. Yeah, this is about a beginning. It is about a absolute straightforward, this is what I want. I'm not going to mince words anymore. I've already got this figured out, thought out, talked about, written out, any way you can, like I said, express. And it's a beautiful new opportunity, which is so perfect for everything we said. It is the time. It is the vortex, if you will. And it's going to be super strong between now and certainly the 15th. Differences between the beginning of the month and the end, because of the fact that we go from Aries season to Taurus, which is a whole different energy, from fire to earth. Both incredibly needed, both very much able to be wealth building comes to mind, because when it's about the earth, it's practical, it's stability, it's working hard and toiling the soil and reaping the benefits because of that, right? Patience is huge, something that doesn't happen with Aries or most fire signs. It'll be brought to you, okay? And you'll be extremely grateful that you were. We're learning a lot about patience, I've found, in the last year, because there's just stuff that's just, it's never been like it's been as far as, communication. When you're on the phone, you're trying to get answers and things. We're doing the best we can, right? We do the best with what we have to work with. I love that for you, though. I love that as a beginning, initial, catalyst card, if you will, to this reading. And yeah, so it could also have very clear indications of having to do with an air sign, which would be Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. So they might be very instrumental in something happening that's new and having to do with teaching or doctor or medicine or institutions of some sort. A new instigation of your own business, entrepreneurial, creativity comes into mind. Venus is the ruling planet of Libra, which was very prominent in the full moon. That's about love, that's about money, that's about creativity. So it all comes back, around to everything. And that's what I love about my readings, because they tend to be right, straight, real life situations and synchronicities within the reading. So the second story along this beautiful message that I'm giving to you is about the possible blessings or obstacles. And you have the Queen, the Queens, boy, that's that whew, inner knowing, inner gut. It has to start from inside. I don't even know how else to express that. And it's the Queen of Pentacles. The earth, the practical, the money, the stability, grounded, routine, yes, but hard work that leads to incredible benefits, reaping what you sow. Taurus season. Uranus is in Taurus. Uranus is, like I said, unexpected, unbelievable, out of the box surprises. I mean, sometimes they're amazing. Sometimes we don't think they're so amazing. Hence the possible blessings or obstacle. What you may consider an obstacle right now, it's going to turn into a blessing when it has to do with this queen and their determination and desire to better their circumstances. They are all about the material, all about the tangible things they can see. In other words, they are the mind. I'll believe it when I see it. Yeah, down to earth, real. Let's be real. Let's be authentic. And I don't know, there's so much to be said of learning about the land and of nature and how, I mean, it feeds us, it supports us, it's under our feet, I mean, it's learning about how to better protect this planet as well is coming very strongly, which is also tied very closely into this Aquarian energy. So I love it. Lots of beautiful things coming through. You could be a part of what starts all that. I don't know. But I love it. I find this to be a blessing. I find that right now you're feeling pretty stable, but it's only going to grow because you have something happening and something's going to break through. And I think it's beautiful. And remember to always, always know that feminine quality is our inner knowing, our higher power, that is always there to be in touch and to, create this beautiful co-creation at all times. The final category is the finances. We all need that. We all want that in this three-dimensional world. And it's good to find out what messages can be brought to us, if not, something we're immediately feeling or something we can do to maybe improve that situation and so forth. And it could be about your wealth of, your love, your relationship, your body, of course. Ooh, the Tower. Okay, well, the Tower, a lot of times people are like, no, not the Tower, it looks a bit ominous, I'm not going to lie. But the reality is we all have to have towers in our lives, right? We have to have a foundation that's stable in order to grow. A house has to be on stable foundation, or it won't last. Any kind of major natural disaster, of course, God forbid, even a leak or some pipe that goes wrong, it just could blow and just have the whole thing just fall apart. But then it can be fixed and rebuilt. It starts from the bottom up, it starts from inside out. This is also really pertinent because it makes me feel like whatever's occurring in the financial department or in your world or in your home is, it either already happened, because I think we all went through towers, to be honest, last year in some capacity. Kind of shook us up, boy. It changed our foundation as we know it. And it could be just these incredible epiphanies. That happened, which I did not expect. And I had time to think more than I had, and I don't even know how long, way too much probably at times. As an air sign, I can validate that. But I work on it, meditate and so forth to kind of work and get down to other areas and other chakras to, help that out. Something amazing that had to leave is going to be replaced with something way better. And it has to do with your well-being and your income and your job, your family. You don't want anything that is not stable. You're not interested in that, and you will fight for the cause to make that right. And I know that about you, Leo. And certainly Scorpio. So you both, there's two people. I mean, like, that wasn't working. What can we do to make it work now? Let's get back together. Let's work on whatever it is we need to do, because I'm not going anywhere. And it's not the first time I've had towers in my life. And it won't be the last. And I know that in the end, it's the best thing for me. So I'm listening and I'm watching and I'm letting that go, and I'm going to start fresh. And I think that's beautiful. And like I said, I think a lot of it's already happened. So now you can repair, You can put out those intentions in the deepest part of you that says, this is what will manifest because I create my life and my thoughts and my relationships. So beautiful, bold, and strong influencing energies, of course. Anytime there's fire involved, I'm not surprised that that kind of reading comes through. And water only, helps to kind of just bring us back into ourselves and make us really sit and think and feel. It's not all about being just like, oh, let's move. Let's really get some thought and feel to this, okay? That's the holistic picture that make things really work for that great foundation. And I'm going to pull your rune now, because the rune is, like I said, I'll be memorizing these as the years go by, because I'm very, very interested in runes, have been for years, and they're an amazing, beautiful tool. I think this came up more recently. I'm getting repeats and I shake the bag pretty well. So what I do is I find the picture on the back of my little booklet here, and it is Sowelo, Sowelo, number 16. That becomes a 7. 7 is our lucky number 7, yes, but it's working through difficulties, whether we're thinking about things or we're concerning ourselves way too much. Towery kind of, get past it, boy. Get it out of my life. It is only creating more problems than it's necessary. It doesn't need to be that way. Think it away and it will honestly go away. So this is beautiful. And I don't know the full meaning, so I'm going to read that to you. Sawalo. I hope I'm not butchering that. In time, I'll listen and see the experts and how they pronounce the different, meanings. But so that, what did I say? 16, because it equals a 7. Okay. Could be in the 7th month, which is when Leo's birthdays are, right? July and August. Something coming up. This brilliance of this initial start now that you're being given could take some time, right? It doesn't necessarily have to all fall into place at once. But like anything with a good foundation that needs to grow, it needs to be nurtured. And that's the beautiful energy of the earth energy coming at the end of the month. Feeding it, nurturing it, whatever that is, it's essential. And it's something that, you take time with when you want something to last. So the period here says between February 12th and February 27th. That is the energy of Aquarius going into Pisces. It's interesting. It's obviously gone by this year, but something that happened at that time could have been the very, very spark of something that you're still wanting to pursue and that you are absolutely ready to do so now. On a financial place, on an emotional level, just on a mind level of like the vitality energy that you needed, the fire under your, to get it going, which is what this time is all about. Every one of us feel this right now, more than I certainly have. To what degree is of course different. But my point is that, so we have Aquarius, the Jupiter I mentioned in Saturn in Aquarius, and yet from May to July, Jupiter will go back into Pisces, which I told you, it starts, this message is from February of Aquarius to Pisces. So then the energy of creativity to its fullest, which is so much what a Pisces is, and the love that's involved and the passion, once again. You're passionate, Leo, and so is Pisces. Trust me, love is everything and it heals everything to them, and they want to share that and spread that in just beautiful ways. I'll be darned. So it says response, energy, success, genius. There's that energy of Uranus, genius, beginnings, pioneering, new, facilitating, starting, inventing, activity, self-control, self-mastery, victory over intrigues and passions. Yes. Use those passions to your benefit. You've got it. You ignite this beautiful planet with it. The sun is part of who you are. It's your soul, no pun intended, S-O-L. Another way to say the sun. It's phenomenal. It's a beautiful, beautiful cherry on the icy Sunday sort of culmination of your messages. And I'm all for it. I think it's beautiful, and I hope you feel this now, but I honestly know that you're going to feel this every day goes by. Now I'm going to read to you your beautiful oracle for every single Leo and every one of your connections, every one of your passions, your love, relationships. And that includes animals. You know, a lot of you Leos that love animals, and they are an important part of this life. Boy, those spirited animals teach us so much, don't they? They are our soulmates so many times. This is the wisdom of the oracle. I call it Bear and Read. And I love it. It's simple and straightforward. It has red, which is so passionate, like you. One of your favorite colors, Leo. Got the bag here for you as well. And so we have the message of exchanging gifts. I'm just like, I've never picked this card. There's a couple things I'll share. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. All of the illustrations are beautiful. You've got a cat, which is Leo, right? A tiger. Feline. Interesting. I would say more than a coincidence. And a beautiful ballerina. You know, your prized possession, your toy, your whatever you want to call it. And number 27. So I have a Leo brother. I had two. One of them passed away, and but he's always here with me. And my Leo brother's birthday is on the 27th. And 27 equals the 9, and that is the completion. It's a higher spirited number too. It's really quite angelic in some ways, you know. It's reaching a higher ascension in a lot of ways. But exchanging gifts. Well, let's see what the specific message is, because I don't know, but I love it. And, you know, you're all about being generous, too. You're one of the most generous signs out there. No holds barred for you. When you have someone you love or someone you care about, boom, they're your center stage, right? That's it. You will spoil them rotten, and they'll love you for it. 27. That's at the beginning. No, it's not. All right, so 20. Here we go. The words are the law of giving and receiving. Currency, right? Financially, everything, money, everything is energy. So when they say the currency, it's like give and take, you know, ebb and flow, law of attraction, right? What you put out, you will receive, kind of thing. Trade-offs, weighing costs, and determining value. Very interesting as well, because from the highlighted connection reading, as well as the Scorpio full moon that's coming up at the end of this month, it's exactly about our value. What are we putting out there, and are we recognizing how valuable we are or not, or really sitting with ourselves about that and feeling confident, which you know you are, Leo, in any regard, you know, being very aware of the importance of that and never shortchanging yourself, or, you know, not being aware of your value. The oracle's message is you're entering into a productive and enriching time when all manner of opportunities are being offered to you. Wow. You have everything you need to seize them. Yet in order to honor them, you must put in the time, exchange your experience and skills, and commit heart and soul to what you're choosing to pursue. Well, that's you in a nutshell. That's it. Heart and soul. Equal exchange, you know, exchanging gifts. Offering your beauty and talents to another, and just having that beautiful sense of equal exchange and value, you know. So you can do it. You have all what it takes to be successful if you align with the law of giving and receiving. You must engage in a dance and give and take. You must engage in a dance of give and take, push and pull, doing and being. If you let fear guide your choices, you could deplete yourself or create an imbalance, of course. This is not time of what just do. Use your currency wisely and be mindful of the value others bring to your life. Well, of course. You know, and I know that you can be, and you do that. I really do. Even if you want to take the lead, that's okay. You still listen. You still understand the importance, certainly in relationships. There has to be that give and take, right? You got this. You're smart and intelligent, and you know. And I love that for you. I think it's beautiful and inspiring, and it should be, because everything is leading in that way. You are ready. You are more than ready. We're going to finish with the last beautiful oracle called Super Attractor Manifestation Deck, which is just about that. What do you want to manifest? And what are you going to put forth with everything you are? Because you don't do things halfway, Leo. And for all that's concerned, and how are you going to manifest that for yourself? Okay, because it's all about what you're feeling and what you truly, truly, truly are focused in on. And I just want to say, if you have not subscribed, I would greatly appreciate that. It is a very, very kind and supportive thing to do for the channel. And it just takes a moment, and you can like and subscribe and share. And, you know, thumbs up. Let me know, you know, if there's any questions you have. I honestly will always respond to every single comment, because I don't have that many, but I love interacting with you. And I'm here for you, okay? And sometimes people need to know that, and some people like it, sometimes not, but I'm just offering that to you, and I really appreciate you, you know, joining my channel. So yes, the last important message for you, Leo, and all of your beautiful love connections is, whoo, in stillness I receive. Boy, that's that third eye. It just hit me like so hard in that color, and I haven't picked this in so long. But yeah, I think you've been doing a lot of that lately, a lot of inner work. And that watery, you know, element with the Scorpio, if it isn't a person, it can definitely just be feeling in that energy, always. And this would make perfect sense. And, you know, just being so aware of your inner calling and, you know, your truth, whatever that is. I love that. I hope you're doing well. I hope you've enjoyed this reading, and I hope you feel something, or a little something, right? If not, give it time. And definitely come back and check out your mid-month readings, because it's all just a long storyline that we can follow or listen to and maybe get some kind of inspiration from, I would hope. And just keep it moving, boy. You got this. It's a beautiful, beautiful time. So thank you so much. And until next time, take care. Bye for now.